Hello, Breanna. I don't know how to say your name, but hi, I'm Travis. Thanks for sending this video. I'm gonna just watch this with you for a second so you can see. I mean, it's your video, but um, boom, boom. It looks like your body weight is dropping pretty hard at the bottom, and you can see at the top when you hit the bar, it looks like you're hitting it kind of abruptly as well. So it interrupts the flow of your upper body the way that you're hitting the bar. And that's part of the reason why you are dropping down the way you are, but there's more. So let me just go back to this one. When you get into this, what I like about this rep here is your feet are still on the front side of the bar as you are going up, right? So a lot of people, they make the mistake of pulling their legs back really fast. You don't have that problem. Your rhythm's really good. You do hit quite high on your chest. So that doesn't give me a lot of comfort there. I mean, if I wouldn't want you to clip your chin, first of all, but also when it's toward more like the middle of your chest, you can arch your back a little bit more. And that way you don't have to do full range of motion. So if you can get the bar a little bit lower, I mean, ideally you think lesser range of motion will be less work. And to an extent it is, but let me explain. So once you get here and you bump into the bar, when you drop down, oops, there we go. Once you bump into the bar and you drop down, you pretty much have a straight line between your hands and your knees. And one of the benefits of arching in this position, let me just draw it out for you real quick. So having a little bit more arch here is that when your body weight hangs down from the bar, in the arch position, it still takes a moment for the arch to start coming out into a straight body position. And so your body weight pulls on the bar more gradually, just because it takes more time to like release the upper body shape into a straight body position. So by getting a little bit more arch, like I was saying at the top, you would kind of just be setting yourself up in that position more. I can't see what's happening from this angle, but I'm going to guess that your knees are pretty close together. I'm guessing that because if I look at the angle from your knee to your hip and then your hip to your ribs, it looks kind of like you have a kind of a forward leaning hip angle, so a little bit closed. And when your knees are together, your hips will lock into this position, and it's really hard to push them a little bit further. So what I actually recommend is that you allow, anytime you're trying to get into an arch position, whether it's toes to bar or maybe even just getting your hips to push forward for a bar muscle up, that you separate your knees a little bit. So if your knees are together, I would suggest, let me just draw, this is going to be a goofy looking torso. So that's your torso. So shoulder, try letting your knees go about as wide as your shoulders, okay? That's you. So when your knees are about that wide, it doesn't matter if your feet are on the outside like this or if they're on the inside where your feet can like, oh, come on, man, where your toes are like touching here in the middle. But separating the knees will give you more hip extension, and that can help with this position, getting more arch. It's not really more arch, it's more hip extension, but throughout the top to the bottom, you're going to have more extension through the hips, which makes it look like a bigger arch, like a bridge. Okay, after that, foot height here. This makes a big difference to me too, for two reasons. One, I'm always recommending that somebody tries to get their foot higher than their knee at the bottom of the drop. So here's your knee, here's your foot. That's a little bit down. And again, what happens is kind of like what's happening up here with this angle that you've got going, is that everything straightens out a little bit faster. So even the foot dropping down here will align with the body earlier, I hope you follow me on this, than if the foot were up here, right? So if your foot's up a little bit higher, it's going to take longer to come down. And that doesn't sound like a good plan if you're trying to go fast, because it's CrossFit. If you're trying to go fast, it doesn't sound like a good plan. But when your foot drops further, it has more time to build up speed. And providing your body is going from like a bigger arch position because the hips are further forward, you're going to have more backward swing of the hips because they were further forward, and more power from the feet coming through, which means your next rep is going to have more momentum just by sheer shift of body weight from one side of the bar to the other, which will help you swing up into the chest bar instead of pull up. So basically everything I'm saying is trying to smoothen this out so it's a bit more efficient, because you're having to pull a lot. This is a lot of upper body, and you're having to create momentum from a pretty chunky drop from the top of the bar. So if we can get the shoulders to feel like they're kind of grazing the bar this way, and then the feet kind of flicking up and feeling like they're doing a bigger circle this way. There's more to it than this, but I've only been on this video for 6 minutes. But if you can get a little bit more of those things and give it a try, see if it works for you. If it does, that's great. But if it doesn't, kind of let me know, because I want to see what happens. And if you can get a visual from the front, that'd be helpful as well. Okay, Breanna, have a nice day. And sorry it took a day to get back to you, but it's just how the internet works sometimes.